and I guess you could call me a polygamist. We're in a couple of 4 with two men and 2 women, and I'm of course one of the men. What's the best thing about it? The best thing about it, I think, is actually having that many people. You know, there's always, no matter what mood you're in or no matter what's going on, there's always somebody who has time for whatever or is in the mood for whatever. Can, you know, if you're upset and somebody else has had a bad day, well, there's somebody there who hasn't had a bad day and can cool you down and get you relaxed. And so there's, you know, it's like having a good group of friends together around all the time, and the benefits of that, plus, you know, you get the sex. So
that's fascinating. Yeah, that's so neat. Like, I mean, you know, like I've heard about it on movies and stuff, but I've never actually like met a polygamist. You know, it's funny, I actually always said to my friends, like, I really want to meet a polygamist. It'd be so fascinating, because, you know, like, I don't know, it's just so abnormal. Not abnormal, but like just different.
Yeah, it's unconventional.
Yeah, I mean, like, socially, a 4 doesn't really fit anywhere, you know what I mean?
Right,
like when if you have kids, who's mummy, who's daddy? Like, I don't know.
Right.
Who writes on the school forms, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many questions.
Well, I mean, you know, it's not too different from how it was with just me and Rachel. Because me, you know, she and I technically aren't married yet because of the divorce problem with New York, and she's still not being divorced from her ex-husband. But, you know, I am on the list of people who can sign the kids in and out of school.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, I sign late notes for them and stuff, and can go pick them up if they got a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
The last time Julia, who's Rachel's older daughter, had to go to the hospital, I registered her and signed off on everything when she got there.
That's
amazing. We've got mutual powers of attorney.
Really?
To cover the legal aspect of that stuff. So I actually, she's got full custody, legal and physical. So actually, technically, with the joint power of attorney, I actually have more legal rights as far as taking care of the kids than their father does.
Yeah, wow.
And so there's, you know, some of that stuff is already in play just with me and Rachel.
Yeah.
You know, with me being dad to her kids because of how that went. So it wouldn't be that weird if there was another kid and we, you know, who cares who's mom and who's dad?
Yeah, no, I don't care. I think it's fascinating. I think it's, you know, so open that you can just be like, I want to do this, and like, it's just cool.
Yeah.
So what about if those, like the other man in your 4, what's his name?
Wolf.
Wolf. Okay, so say Wolf wanted to pick up those, like a kid that you had, would that work in your group?
Yeah, that would be fine with me. I mean, I trust him he's got, his 4 kids all have a certain number of issues, and he deals with them really well. And, you know, they all have ADD. And
are they on like meds? Everyone here's on meds, eh?
All of us are on some kind of meds.
Are you really? What meds are you on?
I'm taking stuff I have fibromyalgia.
Okay.
So I take all my fibromyalgia
That's neuro,
meds.
Hey?
What's that?
That's neuro?
What's it?
It's a neurology.
They're not really sure what it is.
Okay.
It acts like it's rheumatological.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't behave. It doesn't have any of the markers. You can't do tests for it or anything like you can for most rheumatological diseases.
So you're on meds for that?
I'm on meds for that, but I stress out on everything, and I take everything too seriously. So I'm on Valium also.
What, right now?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Rachel has ADD and ADHD, and she also has some anxiety issues, so she's taking Abilify.
What about like Adderall?
Nell, who's the younger of the 2 teenage daughters, has wicked ADD and is on Adderall.
So amongst you guys, you could get anything you wanted.
Yeah, we're pretty much a mini pharmacy at the house.
So do you guys just like share around?
oh, what was it? When they change our dosages and stuff.
Yeah.
If we're both, if there's two of us taking the same meds, and okay, they change her from 20s to 10s, and then they change her from 10s to 20s.
Yeah.
The one person will be like, oh, I'll just use your old 20s.
Oh, really?
And fill my script later because you've got 20s, half a bottle of 20s that she's not taking anymore lying around the house. So
oh my god.
There's a lot of that actually.
So you could just if you felt like having an upper, you just take one of your boyfriends or girlfriend's meds?
In theory, we try not to do that kind of thing because
in theory, but in practice.
Every now and again, there are times when Rachel will have like a full-out panic attack, and the Abilify is just not doing it for her.
Yeah,
give her a Valium. But
everyone needs Valium, right?
We're concerned about drug interactions.
Yeah,
and so we want to be really careful about sharing stuff, just because we don't want to. Julia is also a hypochondriac and has.
Are they meds for that?
No, but she has a tendency to like hurt herself and fall down the stairs and cut herself and this and that and the other thing. So all the time I'm actually going and dispatching my own ambulance to take her to the hospital because she fell down the stairs and hurt her hip.
You can go and get your own ambulance?
Yeah.
What?
I drive to the squad and I call dispatch. There's a regular 7-digit number for dispatch that you can call direct.
You're like kind of a big deal then, right?
So I call dispatch and I tell them I need to dispatch my own ambulance to my own house, and I need them to page for a tech.
You're like huge.
Send me an EMT and I'll drive the ambulance and I take her to the hospital.
You can drive an ambulance? Wow, I should go home. You don't even need me here. What's the point in having a nurse if you've got an ambulance right there? I mean, like, hello. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So how does? Yeah, right. So anyway, that's just fascinating. Tell me more about the polygamy thing. It's just so fascinating, like. Yeah.
I mean, I'm as surprised as anyone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, especially.
Did you imagine when you were a kid, like, I want to grow up and be a polygamist?
No, not in the least. Not in the least. I mean, I knew I was bi a long time ago, but had my intimacy issues with men from my childhood, so I never really explored that until more recently.
Wow.
But I've always the triad thing with multiple women. There's never been a question. I've always been polyamorous.
But surely every guy wants lots of chicks. I mean,
well, yeah, but I don't have a problem loving two people at the same time in very different ways for what makes them who they are.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't really get
without
it taking anything away from the other.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like looking to get laid as much as possible, or
Yeah, okay.
That's there have been plenty of women in my life over the years that would happily sleep with me anytime I asked them to.
Oh, lucky you.
And more, where I'm like, look, no, please stop. I'm tired. I need a rest.
Yeah, okay.
Go do something else. Leave me alone for a little while.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not the sex aspect of it at all, but it's like it's the differences between the different people that really gets it for me. It's like what makes somebody interesting and what makes somebody different and unique and that sort of thing is.
Yeah, wow.
So
would you be able
just
to?
A bonus.
Yeah, okay. Would you be able to be with someone who wasn't open to you being a polygamist?
I have been.
Was it difficult?
It's not obviously not my first choice.
Yeah.
I like to. My idea is, and I've been in relationships where polyamory was allowed, but I haven't been with anybody else for years.
Yeah.
Just because either no opportunity presented itself, or I never found anybody I liked, or I felt comfortable and confident with how things were going at home and didn't feel like I wanted in anything particular else besides that. To me, it's more about the freedom. It's like it's saying it's your body. If that's what you want to do with it, that's your business. I don't own you. Just because even if we're married or whatever, I don't feel like you're my property and you can't do what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to sleep with somebody else, it's your body. Go sleep with somebody else.
It must be amazing that there's is this your boyfriend? Well, no, there's actually 4 of us. There's 4 of you,
And it's hard to explain too, because people don't you know, it's culturally people don't think that way.
Yeah.
So how do you explain that to people?
Yeah.
So you're two couples that are kind of involved as couples. That's usually the easiest way to.
Yeah, but you're not that. You're like.
But we're more a couple of four.
Yeah, you're
at
not.
This point.
Yeah, you're not just two couples fooling around. There's four of you.
Right.
That's really.
It's grown to that point.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. So